Good morning, everyone, and how are you? Welcome to another episode of Ask Aleš. And the first question I have for Aleš this morning is, where are you, Aleš? So, until Aleš shows up, you are stuck with just me. So here I am. My name is Greg Clarke. I'm a WikiTree member and app developer, and I am back home for my holidays. Thank you, Anne. Yes, I was on holidays. I wasn't at Roots Tech. That wasn't my holidays. I was on a family holiday, which was very nice. And I feel very refreshed. And I've got a whole bunch of notes I took when I was relaxing on the beach of things I want to do to improve my apps, including some things that I need Aleš's help with. So I am hoping that I can connect with him. But he did fly over to the States for Roots Tech. And he did get home yesterday, but he may have slept in again today because the time change is a bit of a nasty thing to get over. So who knows? I'm expecting him to show up. I contacted him yesterday. He contacted me. So I believe he's supposed to be here. But then, something might have happened. Maybe they lost power. Who knows? Could be a storm. I have no idea. But in the meantime, I will do my best to keep the ball rolling and talk all about WikiTree Plus during this time and any other questions you folks have. So welcome. I see we have in the chat, we have Anne Fiorelisi and Lisa Gervais, Donna Bowman, and there's a fourth person who's online, but I don't, they haven't said hello yet. So anyways, hi to all you folks. If you have questions, add them in your chat. We do, in fact, it was great that Anne and Lisa, you're both here because you both asked questions in the G2G post. And I will start with Anne's because that's the easiest one. And then if Aleš is still not here, Lisa, we will work through together to see if we can figure out the answer to your question, and maybe Donna can help us out too. So yes, Donna, a new game. Where in the world is Aleš? He should be home. He said he was home, but could be any number of things that are keeping him occupied at the moment, but I'm sure he'll be here shortly, hopefully. So Anne's question is, hi, I've never used WikiTree Plus. How do I use it? Just started back on with WikiTree. Learning something new every day. That's a great thing. And wow. Now, what I would suggest, Anne, WikiTree Plus is a massive beast of a tool, and it's amazing. It can do so many things, but because it can do so many things, it can be overwhelming. And so I totally understand most people when they first see it, and it is overwhelming for everyone. I believe, I would say it was certainly overwhelming for me at first until I took my time to sort of dig through it and play around with it. So let's just do that right now. Let's just play around. So I'm going to share my screen, and then we can work through this together. I hope that sounds like a plan. There we go. Share screen. Okay, and we'll add that. And here you are. So there are a number of different ways of getting to WikiTree Plus, first of all. The easiest way I find is if you open up a new tab and just start typing plus.wikitree.com. Now I've done that enough, so as soon as I type PLU, my browser just fills in the rest. But if you're on any profile, so here I am on my own profile, if you just under apps, you can scroll down and hit WikiTree Plus. That'll also take you there. Any screen that has this WikiTree Plus logo in it, and here, let me just blow that up a bit. There we go. That looks better, right? Okay. Any screen that has this WikiTree Plus logo on it, and you click on that, it'll take you to WikiTree Plus. Now, we're already there, so that's kind of not as exciting as you might think. But so many screens, reports in the middle of different apps and whatnot, you'll see that logo. You click on that, boom, it'll take you to WikiTree Plus. But again, I just usually type it in to the browser, and then it fills it out. You see, plus.wikitree.com. You don't even have to add this default on the end. It just will appear. So it's very quick to get there. So when you first get there, there are basically 6 sections to it. And the ones we use most often are, in fact, the first 2, the suggestions and the search features. You can play around with the display, the analyze. You can get some really neat reports out of this. And there's some cool stats. And you know how I love stats. But we're just going to focus on the top 2 sections because those are the ones that are most common and the most useful. So I'll start with the top one, even though the one I actually use more often is the search. But the first one, let's go logical and we'll start at the top. So the first section is all about suggestions. And so if you've been away from WikiTree for a while and are just coming back, this section used to be called something different. It used to be, what was the word for it? Lisa, Donna, refresh my memory. There was another word for it. Wasn't corrections. It was, basically, this is the place where the WikiTree style guide or policy rules, a profile is missing something or is not formatted properly, or a section is going errors. I don't know if it was called errors, but it was something that had a slight negative connotation, so they changed it to suggestions. But anyways, so there are a bunch of rules and stuff. And so the first thing you have here is you can see there's a drop-down list of all the suggestions. And okay, can you see my drop-down list there, folks? I'm not sure if you can see my drop-down list. Let me reshare my screen because I think I want you to be able to see that drop-down list. Entire screen, there we go. No, okay, thanks, Lisa. Let's try that again. Okay. So when I click on this drop-down box here for suggestion, now you can see my drop-down list, right? Yes, I'm hoping. Yeah, I think so. So here, you see there's a list of, these are all suggestions, and every suggestion is numbered. Now, if you're a part of the Data Doctors project, then you might have these numbers. Oh, thank you, Lisa. And yes, you can see my drop-down list. These numbers may be even burned into your brain, because these numbers are how you keep track of which errors you're fixing, your data doctoring. For the regular WikiTreeer who is not a data doctor, these numbers may not mean anything, but they're categories, and they're ways for the server and the WikiTree Plus, the data doctors, all to know that we're talking the same language, and there's specific code for each one of these. So for example, if the birth is, if you have a profile and you say the birth date is 2025, that's going to flag an error, because how do you know that, right? That sort of thing. So that's the first two. Died too young to be a parent. Okay, so if you've got a profile, person was 8 years old, but you have them listed as the father of someone or the mother of someone, then that's going to flag error number 111. Okay, and so you can see there's a bunch of them. A bunch of them are date related. There are some that are relationship related, like father is also a child, the father is also a spouse, sibling, like those types of mix-ups, which are easy to do on WikiTree, especially, you know, since we often, when we're adding new people or we're making relationship connections, you often just type in the WikiTree ID. And if we're dealing with someone with the same last name, it's easy to mistype a number. So that's how these things happen. And so easy to do, but they should be fixed, of course, obviously. And so the suggestions will pull those ones out. And then there's special ones about formatting and using the prefix and the suffix and what belongs in the first name and that sort of thing. So there's a bunch there. There are some that are specific for certain countries or for certain projects. So example, here's some with the Swedish patronym dotter for a male, or son for a female, those sorts of things. Because the patronym should be, obviously it should be switched around. It'd be son for a male and daughter for a female. And then we have gender errors, location errors, project account. So there's pretty much every type of error you could think of. GEDCOM junk, now there's a big one. And then there's specific GEDCOM sort of subsets of GEDCOM issues. And then we have spanning, anyways, lots and lots of different types of errors. So if you are looking for a profile that has a specific type of error, then you would use the suggestion box. So say you say, well, I just figured out how to solve ref tags. Now I don't know. Does anyone here know what the ref tag is missing? Because well, let's just go with find a grave error. Okay, so here's a common one: find a grave link without grave ID. So when you add find a grave source to your profile, one of the things that you need to do is you need to add the link ID. Now, depending on how you get this source citation from find a grave, often that comes along with it. But not always. And sometimes if people are just crafting the source citation themselves, they may leave that piece out. If you use the WikiTree sourcer extension, then it'll always be right. And generally, I found if you use the source citation that's provided by Family Search or by the Find a Grave site itself, it usually has it in there. And of course, there's the Find a Grave template that you could use. Anyways, we'll look for that and see how many. Now, if you click on find suggestions, now look at the when you first go into Find a Grave, you'll notice that Aleš has preloaded the text for 18th century Slovenia. Let's see if there's any Find a Grave errors there are 0 Find a Grave errors in 18th century Slovenia. So I'm going to just remove that text completely. So that now allows us to search for all of WikiTree and look to see how many of these. So we found 987 that have this issue. So if I look at, so now that gives me a list of profiles I can check. If I click on the first one here, it'll open up in a new window, which is very nice because that means you don't lose where you were working. If I go back one, there's the list that we started with. So here's Mr. Gotro. I'm thinking this profile might need a little bit more work because I suspect his first name is not Mr. And it was imported through the import of a GEDCOM file, so there might be some more issues here to deal with. But the issue in particular is this one here. Here's a source. It's got find a grave, but it doesn't have anything else. In fact, actually, with this, there's no way of tracking down. We'd have to do a major search for Gotro, and we don't even have locations. So this is very problematic. This one here, let's see if we can find one that has a bit more information. Okay, this one looks like we might be able to get a better chance of solving this one. Infant son Hess died and was buried in Waynesboro. So here is the, so it looks like it's from a Find a Grave Ancestry. Let's see if I click on this link. Will that take me to let's see what that'll take me to. No, that'll just take me to the if I click on this link, will that take me to the Find a Grave? We're not having a lot of luck here, folks. Timed out. Okay, then. Well, let's see if we can find a better one then. This one looks more promising. Let's see if we can resolve this one. There we go. So this one has lots of sources, and there's a source from the Find a Grave database from Family Search. It has everything, but it doesn't actually have the record ID. It says citing a record ID, but it doesn't actually have the record ID in there. So let's open up this. I'm feeling good about this one. I think we can do this one, folks. Okay, I have to slot log in. Okay, great. Really? Where's the index? Oh, I see why we didn't get the index, because it's not showing right there in their citation. I thought for sure Family Search had their citation in there. It wasn't here. Will that give me the... Oh, goodness. This is... Anne Brown. Well, let's just type Anna Brown Maynard. And what year was that? 1876. There we have. Okay. And this was Hartford, right? Yeah, South Hartford, Washington. Okay. Let's go to the original document on Find a Grave. And yeah. Here we have Find it. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use the WikiTree sourcer, and I'm going to build a source citation. I'm going to just replace it. So that's how I'm going to resolve this issue. I'm going to go into edit mode, and I'm going to replace that Find a Grave link with this memorial link, which gives the actually uses the template. Because the WikiTree sourcer extension is excellent, it does that for me. Let me zoom in so you can see that. So let me just separate what we're here. This is the part here that the sourcer provided for me. So it took the information from the Find a Grave site directly, put that information, including the record ID, which was the error message that the suggestion was talking about in the first place, and puts it in the Find a Grave template. And the advantage of using the template is that in the future, if Find a Grave changes its formatting, or the server changes, or anything like that happens, any source citation that is written using this template will automatically be updated. So whereas if you type in the URL directly, you could just copy and paste that URL in for the link if you wanted to. But if Find a Grave changes its domain name, so if it all of a sudden turned to findagrave.us.com or whatever, if they change their path name somehow, then all of a sudden all those links that are entered directly would be broken. But using the template, they can all be fixed with a matter of a little bit of programming from Aleš or someone on the server. Anyways, and then it has all the same information that was in that family search page. But why put an intermediate step to family search when you can go directly to the Find a Grave site if you have that ability? And with Sourcer, that makes it easy. Now, Lisa says she just uses the citation at the bottom of the, and you could certainly do that. Click on the source citation here, and then you get this. And oh, I didn't realize that it put that. Is that the site? Is the Find a Grave template is there right now? That's interesting. So you could just copy that citation, which I think is that word for word what's in the profile? Not quite word for word, but it's very close. So that would work as well, Lisa. And you do edit it to the template, yeah. I would definitely use the template. It will say, I mean, right now it doesn't seem to make a difference, but in the future, if something changes, you'll thank yourself later. Okay, I've done that. So now I'm going to, now I need to just update. I need to just change that. Maybe let's zoom out a bit. There we go. Edit. Find a Grave citation with ID. And we'll save that. There we go. So here we are. So now we go back to here and we've solved that. I could even, so since we actually were, here we are, right? Anna Brown managed. I can actually, if I go to status, I can actually say that I've corrected that. And I can update that suggestion now. So now, if someone, I could have said corrected find a grave. I could have been more specific. I could have just said, I could have clicked corrected find a grave citation. That would be more helpful, wouldn't it? But anyway, so now when someone else pulls up a suggestion and they see this one, they'll see this little box here that says that I actually corrected this error. So it's not an error we have to worry about until they do another check. So let's go back here. So that's one example of looking for a specific type of suggestion if you want to work on that. Now, the other thing you can, if you want to, just a little bit here so I can see. So that was one type of suggestion. If I want to limit my find a grave, if I know how to deal with find a graves, but say I only want to deal with those that are in Ontario, Canada, which happens to be where I live. If I click, see, no, there we go. If I hit find suggestions, then again, it's giving me a bunch of them, but all of them now, see there's Upper Canada, there is Woodstock, Ontario. So that one, that limits them to just a specific location. And look who's here, Aleš.
Hi, I made it.
Thank you, Aleš, for coming.
Sorry about that.
Oh no, that's okay. Well, I'm just doing a little. I was just doing a little primer on WikiTree, and we've just started talking about suggestions, and how you could use those, and you could limit it by search. The other thing, if you want to just look at suggestions that you yourself created, you can put your own user ID in there, and then that will limit it even further. I chosen find a grave from the top, so I apparently have 10 find a grave issues that I should track down, so I will do that on my own time. And because Anne and Lisa were both here, who had the 2 questions in the thing, so I'm just going through a quick overview of WikiTree Plus for Anne. The other place, and that I was going to say that you want to check out is the search. So the suggestions are specific for these specific types of errors. If you want to work on a specific type of error, but more often than not, what I find I do is I close that suggestions area up and I just open up the search, and then you just type in what you want to search for. So maybe you want to search for all the people with Aleš's last name who live in Ljubljana. Is that how you pronounce it?
Pretty good.
The LJ, I'm not quite sure how to make what sounds.
Ljubljana.
Ljubljana?
Yeah,
okay.
Better.
Okay.
Ljubljana.
Okay. And if you did that, you would find you'd find 68 of Aleš's relatives. But if you want
so actually any search that you can perform on any profiles returns you some set of profiles, and then you can search for suggestions on them. So you now at the top of the page of the result page, you have a link to suggestions on the found profiles, and you can check only these profiles that were found for suggestions.
Nice. Okay.
So this enables you to use any advanced searches that are possible on profile search, and then check for errors on them, on suggestions.
Okay, that's excellent. There's a lot more, Anne, about a WikiTree Plus, as you can imagine. But those are the sort of the first 2 things I would start playing with. In fact, I would start playing with the text search and putting in different things, putting in names, your own. If you put in your own WikiTree ID, it'll automatically start with profiles that you are connected to.
No, that you manage.
That you manage, right? That's what I meant. Manage, right? Not connected, isn't CC7. The other thing is, all of these Ask Aleš videos are available on YouTube. So if you go back to the very first ones, we sort of went through some of the basic features of each of these little sections. So you could watch those as well. So I hope that gives you a starter. And now that Aleš is here, he can tackle Lisa's question, which I was just stalling for time, so I didn't have to.
What's the question?
So Lisa's question is, I recently started a one-place study for Buckfastleigh, Devon in England. There are over 1,000 existing profiles with Buckfastleigh as a location. I was trying to find the profiles using the search terms, and then she gave me, you know what, let me just move this over. So it's a little easier. There we go. I was using the search terms location equals Buckfastleigh, not category word equals Buckfastleigh.
Okay,
in order to profiles that have, she wants to find profiles that have not yet
are not in the category.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it just referring to all the profiles with location.
Yeah, probably none was in that category.
Is it that the category word doesn't exist?
I don't know. You have I need to try it. I mean, I don't know for that place.
Okay.
So let's share the screen.
Okay, you take it away.
Share screen. The right one.
Oh, John Tyner has joined us since, and Judy Stutz. Hey there, Judy. Oh, Don has said.
Let me find the post so I don't have to retype everything.
I'm just going through some of the questions while you're trying to find. So, Anne, your question is there was transgender. I don't think we have that that field or that option right now. There has been talk about gender, but I'm not sure where we are on that in terms of the database.
Okay, I was.
Do you want me to add your screen to the stage?
Yeah, I think I need to add.
There we go. I've added you to the screen.
Okay, so I was searching on suggestions, which is totally wrong. I need to search on
I know.
This one.
Have you had your coffee yet today, Aleš?
Yes, I did. It's 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's in the afternoon.
I had a meeting and it
ran late.
Extended a bit.
That's okay.
So usually when you do the search, you can check at the end, beyond the table, it gives more detailed numbers of what was found. So location equals Buckfastleigh is on 1,300 profiles, and category word Buckfastleigh was found on 936. Profiles, and after the NOT operation 360 profiles remained, so I don't know, and none of these profiles have that category.
Okay.
So this one has it. Category Buckfastleigh. Wait, category word is what exactly does that mean? I think
so, Lisa, is the category Buckfastleigh by itself, or is it Buckfastleigh, Devon? My guess is it's probably Devon, because there might be a Buckfastleigh in other counties.
So category word is answers profiles, and this one is with his full name. So
So Lisa says that the full name of the category actually does include that Devon.
So this is the category.
So that's the category right there. Yeah.
So you should just use that one, and with the full prefix. So
Okay.
get profiles. It's still there.
It is still there.
Okay, now next possibility are the quotes.
To get rid of them or to?
No, they have to be straight quotes. No, but it's still.
Yeah, and the reason she was using category word is she was thinking that means you only need one word from the category.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it can be any word, but it can be also found on other.
On the full, yeah.
I mean, other categories can sneak in, like cemetery in Buckfast-Lee Place.
Oh, right.
So here now we have 980 categories, and if we include this one, the result is still 360. Devon, one place study.
Yeah, so she started the one place study.
Mm-hmm.
Is there not a comma? Is there? No,
I replaced the comma with underline, because in the full name you should underline should be used. I mean, a comma is automatically converted to underline, but
right.
Okay, now I got only the profiles that have the study. They have also needs cleanup. Okay, and now if I remove, okay, now location and this one. Gives 19 profiles. How is that possible? No, it's okay. It's the study has only 19 profiles, probably. The study has 23 profiles in it. At least it did on Sunday.
Right.
So,
yes.
So the rest are now found here. Okay, now let's try without one place study. Now the Devon should be missing, but it's still here. I don't understand this one. Fast leak. With underline.
So the same search gave you a different number last week. Remember, Lisa, that the WikiTree Plus works on the data dump that happens once a week. So the results you get today and tomorrow will be the same results you'll get until next Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, on Sunday the database dump begins, and it takes until Monday or Tuesday. I publish new data.
That's right.
So this does find 900 categories, and I really don't understand this one.
Yeah, this does seem to be a bit of a puzzler you've given us here.
I would need to check the index if it was built correctly, because it might be some data problem behind the scenes.
I'm trying to do the query now, and I'm getting a blank screen. Like it's not returning any results for me. Let's see. Oh, wait a sec. Maybe if I hit the Get Profiles button, it works better. I did a refresh, but of course you've got it programmed so you have to hit the Get Profiles button so it doesn't auto load. But yeah, I'm seeing the category word.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Right, I'm getting the same thing. With category word equals Buckfastly, it's still giving me ones that have Buckfastly, comma Devon. Interesting.
Okay, not operator is kind of working, because if I
spelling it wrong. Buckfastly, now someone, if we've been pronouncing that name, that town all wrong all through this, someone should correct us. Okay. Strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, as you've been adding the category to more profiles, Lisa, you're right. When you're using WikiTree Plus, things would pop if you did the search today. Ones that you've added in the last couple days will still show up in WikiTree Plus as if they weren't added until the next data dump. But still, you know that, I'm sure. So that's not the issue we're dealing with here. We're dealing with the issue that it's not seeming to use the not properly. It's filtering some out, but it's not filtering all of them out. You're getting I'm getting 360. Well, oh, I've got 365. I don't know what I used the category full, but still. The first profile I see is Alice Durant, and she was born in Buckfastly, but there's no what categories are there? Unsourced and England unsourced. Those are the only categories that she has. But the next buddy on the list is Dr. St. George Bernard Delisle. And his categories are Buckfastly, Devon, Royal Army Medical Corps, Fellow of the Royal College of Surgeons. So he's definitely in there. Now, is it pulling the categories list? Is it pulling the categories from the data dump, or is it pulling the categories from the live profiles?
I think from the database dump.
Okay.
Definitely. database, logs, full text search.
Because if it was pulling the categories from the live profiles, then I could see why we're getting this, because we'd have a conflict there. But.
Okay, so category full.
Yeah, so that is one thing, Lisa, you do have to keep in mind. The data.
Okay, this one was not back fastly. Okay, so these are the words, and back fastly Devon is on 988 profiles. Which is mm, 988, so it was found. And from this one, from 1300, 360 remains. But it doesn't show the correct ones. Right, let me try something.
So it's doing the right math, but it's not showing the right ones from that math.
And I have a bunch of errors here.
No, don't be sorry, Lisa. You've posed a really interesting problem, and it may have just revealed a bug in the system, which we always want to fix our bugs. Embarrassing as they might be to be revealed in public. I'm just glad it was a question about WikiTree Plus and not about the super tree or any of my apps. The super tree has some interesting things in it.
Okay, now I restart the database, and let's see if
You're really getting the peek behind the curtains here, folks.
Get profiles. Nope, they are still there. I will have to debug this further.
Debug. Okay, well, Lisa, you just gave Aleš something to do. That's his detention for coming into school late. Extra homework now. Oh, so yes, you thought the number would go down as you added the categories. Yeah, it'll go down next Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, on Monday.
Once it's been updated. So there you go. I think that's probably a common misconception about WikiTree Plus, because it works so smoothly and so quickly. People assume that it's connected directly to the live WikiTree server, but there are good reasons why it's not connected live, because some of these queries can be very intensive, and if this was going on at the same time as people were editing a bunch of profiles, it could cause chaos, and we don't want that. So
yes, these queries are way too complex for SQL server that needs to perform also all the updates and everything else.
Yeah. So
there are some. I mean, you can search. For instance, you have some searches by last name and location on WikiTree Plus Live server. For instance, if you
if you're searching for a last
name.
So
here you can search by this field, but it's only limited to this field, nothing more. So
right.
I think you are allowed. So if you can put asterisk in, it should find Aleš and Aleš.
Nice.
And Alia. So it does support some special searches, but you cannot search by last name other, for instance, or such things.
Right.
Also not by categories and everything else that is
So if we put
possible on WikiTree
yeah.
Plus.
So if Lisa put Buck Fastly in there, that location, it would pull up all the live ones that are live in that other search under birth
I don't
location.
know.
Probably none of them have Trtnik. Oh, is the last name.
Yeah, I think the location here is just to narrow down the search.
Right. Yeah. So you still need a last name of some sort.
So
Yeah.
if I put Trtnik and
Yeah. Ljubljana. There we go. All these people born in Ljubljana. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Welcome.
But for instance, this one will not be found if I put in Slovenia because it has the old name entered. So
right.
If I search for where is the search forum? So Trtnik in Slovenia.
Right.
Returns 43 profiles, but only those that have Slovenia in locations.
Right.
As you can see here, while on WikiTree Plus, if you search for Trtnik Slovenia, you get 90 profiles because I also recognize the Slovenian writing of the name, so with J at the end.
Yes.
And that's one set of profiles, and the other one is with crying is from 100 years ago when we were out in Austro-Hungary.
Right.
So like this Ljubljana crying, Austria, or
okay.
So I have some in location. I do recognize also other variations.
Nice.
Of the location.
Right. Okay. Good. Okay. Well, thank you, Anne and Lisa, for putting those questions in the GGG post. Does anyone else here have questions, further questions for Aleš? I don't see any others offhand.
I can try another thing. It's back fast. So
let me go back to let me refresh the post, see if anyone snuck in a question after. Use that. Nope, doesn't look like anyone has done that. So Lisa's saying that you can stop now. She's figured out that part of her issue was that it was a timing issue, not a search issue. But still, it is an issue because the search that she did should have worked, and it's not. So
I will have to really look under the hood why this one is returned. Yeah. Okay, so, I know why. I know. Okay. Was this profile changed since Sunday?
Well, she has been adding categories.
March 3rd, right. I know. The categories that are written here are actually updated daily. But what is written here is not in the search index. Search index is from Sunday, while the category list here is updated daily.
Oh.
Okay, that was the reason.
So there's...
It works. The search was working, but the reason they were shown here as a category is because they were entered after the database dump.
So the database...
I always forget that.
Oh, so the categories get updated.
Yeah.
But the index...
not in the index. Index is built once on Monday, and that index is used for a whole week. But some data here is updated, like categories and templates. I think they are imported daily, and they do show here. I show the recent
right
categories and templates that are used.
Okay, so Lisa, you can verify that for us. So some of the ones that are showing up here that have the category.
No, all of them must have been edited after the Sunday.
Right, yeah.
March 5th, yeah.
There we go. Ooh.
So,
well,
okay. So if you...
It's not broken, it's just that we forgot that little tweak.
So if you search where you see Backfastly here in this cell, that means that you already entered the category.
That's right.
Okay. It's not the first time that I forgot about this.
Okay, and so that is wild. Where is the category? That would be in the change, wouldn't it? Would the category be part of the change?
No, you have to look at last modified here on the profile, because profile was edited. So if we check the change, edited the biography, and the categories were added. Yep.
Categorization. Yep, March 2nd. There we go. That's one of them. Okay, well, yes, it is a timing issue. Yeah, there we go. Good stuff. Okay, I don't see any other questions yet. So you were busy with Roots Tech, so I don't know, are there other features in the last month that you've added that you want to show off?
I don't know. I have to check.
You'd have to check, yeah.
So what does this page say? Okay, there were some minor bugs with suggestions. This one is also a bug in suggestions that were resolved. It does show usually on the number of suggestions, but usually it's a small one. And I changed the tracker page. So for those that participated on the thons or in similar events, and the monthly challenges, I have now you see there is no hint list on the right because it is now associated with the event, and after you select an event, you get the hints for that event. So
nice.
They have customized hints. So this is for you as Black Heritage, Civil War, and with the this can be defined with the calendar entry as they define the challenge. So now this.
Can you do if you make a could you choose? If you click two of those hints, does one just replace the other?
Yeah, this one replaces one, and other. The exception is WikiTree views. Nope. No. Link builders. Oh, right. Link build. They actually requested a new feature, and that is to select multiple. So we like link builders for IMDb and Ancestry.
Okay.
And you kind of build the
You build the comment. Yeah.
the comment. And
Mhm.
because I also here, I didn't do it yet, but I will in the following days. The scoring will also summarize by databases, so you will.
Ooh.
You will have a list for Ancestry, who did the most, and for any other one.
Wow.
So this one changed on. Some still use the old sources, I think. Yeah, Sorcerer, because this one was the list was actually kind of formed. The default list was formed for Sourceathon, and
Right.
Sorcerers also used it. But other challenges now have a possibility to
So what's
define
different
their
about the
own.
appellations? Why are they different? Do they have the word biscuits in their comments?
This one, no, I think it's the same one because it's the same.
Oh, it's the
That
same
just
one.
mean if they didn't define the hints,
Okay.
then the default is shown.
Mhm.
So these two challenges are showing default.
You should add an extra one for them just to say added biscuit recipe to
Well,
profile.
they can do it. I did provide a tool.
Oh, that's very cool. So any new challenge that comes up, we could have our own custom. That's very cool.
Hint list. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then here. I also added to all project reports, so that's on here. Project. Where are they? Here, this one. Now it's already the page, so it's no longer a link.
Right.
But here I added for each project a link to see their history of profiles added to their managed and watched lists. So here you can see which profile was added to their list.
Nice.
Now for the old data, I used the date of profile creation, but since January 24 or February, I'm not sure, it is by the day it was actually added. So if we check the notables project, so here in March, this profile were added to their watch list.
Nice.
Some are as managed list and some to trusted list. So both cases are listed here. So they can review recent changes on their on the watch list and managed
Very
list.
nice. Yeah.
So this can be used for all the projects. Yeah.
That's very helpful.
Especially for notables, they have 8,000 They manage 8,000 profiles, and most of those are unlisted. So for living people.
So this is one of the few ways of getting to them. Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, I mean, I don't think you get notified if someone adds you to the to the watch list. So they can just appear on some profiles, and they don't know that it's that they were when they were added to that profile. So this was one of the changes. too far back. Changes. No, we already.
We
I
talked
think
about
we did. I did show this on the last one, right?
I think so. Yeah. What you've updated in the last month. I'm pretty
In the last one. Yeah.
But that's very cool. You want to just show that again because there might be some people.
I can. So
that is a very cool, very powerful one. So for those who missed the last one, yeah.
So WikiTree Plus, and we can search for changes month equals my WikiTree ID. That's any user. So if I search, I edited 204 profiles. Wow.
So this is just editing, not creation.
No, this is editing.
Editing. Nice.
These are old profiles, probably.
Yeah. And the month, does that start at the day one, or does that start for the last 30 days?
Last 30 days, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, last 30 days from the moment of search. So from now, exactly.
Nice.
I found a cool solution. I don't import all the edit history for all the profiles, but just when you use such a query, I query SQL Server directly to get the profiles you changed in the last month. That's a quick query. I get back the IDs, 200 IDs, and I display them. I mean, I get back more probably, but the unlisted are excluded, so the rest are shown.
Okay, that just answers a personal question I have for you about a new app I'm creating. So I can see that is going to solve a question. Okay, let me write this down.
Oh yeah, you had some question about suggestions, right?
Yes, I did.
Did you get it answered?
I've got a partial answer, but it's a little has to do with some more programming that's not directly related to WikiTree Plus that everyone else will be interested in. So I'll ask you that after we hang up here.
Okay.
But it's for a new cool little challenge that will be revealed in a few months. Cool. So stay tuned, everyone. Just tease you with that. It's too bad Vicky Blanco isn't here in the chat with us because it was her idea that I'm working on. That's good. Well, an hour has whipped by.
Not for me.
Not for you, but for me. Those first 20 minutes were a little hair-raising, but I tried to stay cool, channel my inner Aleš, and carried on. Before we sign off, is there any other questions that we have for Aleš? Nope. Doesn't look like it right now. So thank you to everyone who joined us live. And thank you for all of you who are watching after the fact. I hope you enjoyed my little primer on how to get into WikiTree Plus and use a few of the things while I was floundering around there. And we're certainly glad that Aleš was able to join us and take us.
Yeah, this week was really chaotic. I mean, I flew back on Monday from the States. And still the time zones change is terrible. Today I was up at 5 a.m. still.
Oh my goodness. And you're not normally that early a riser, are you?
I do occasionally. I mean, I was still up. I didn't fall asleep until 5 a.m.
Oh, you hadn't gone to sleep yet.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's a totally different ball of wax. That. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So.
Going to America is cool because I just get up early in the morning, so I do get up in Salt Lake at 5-6 in the morning. But coming back is then
yes.
harder.
Harder, yes. Well, we're glad that you had a good time at Roots Tech then.
We did. We were having a lot of meetings about things to do, and so with WikiTree and such.
So that'll keep you busy for a while.
Also saw quite a few new people there. So it was cool. I think it was a bit more visitors than last year.
Oh, okay.
So it was a bit fuller. Last year was really a little, not that many. But this year it was. Things are getting back to normal.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yes. Well, I hope to join you next year for it, and look forward to that. But anyways, thank you everyone who joined us. I think it's time we let you get back to your regular day and WikiTreeing and adding things to the global tree. And we'll see you next month.
Bye.
Thanks, Aleš. Bye-bye.